Enjoyed your interview with Freddie Carpenter earlier in the day, but he was a little reserved in that interview, especially after that wild ride that he took during the race yesterday in his heat race. We take a look at it right now. Keep your eye on the 4 car. He hits the 33 of Jeff Matthews and then rolls several times in turn number 1. But I know Freddie's a different person off the camera. How was that conversation today? He was okay, but I'm sure he's still got a lot of work to do to that race car.
Yeah, those guys, they were working hard all day on that thing. And if you had seen that thing on the rollback as it came off the racetrack, it just looked like a wadded up ball of paper, you know, just wasted. And sure enough, you know, they start stripping pieces and parts off and seeing what they got left. And they're optimistic by tomorrow night they'll be ready to race. And man, don't you just love dedication like that? I mean, They could just throw their stuff in the truck and go home, but no, they came to race. They want to race. You got to love that. Plus, you really have to admire Freddie, because you know what, Bob? He has a flip phone, man. I mean, a real flip phone, and he's my hero. Jack Hewitt, he's got a flip phone. So flip phone people are special.
Sometimes I wish I still had a flip phone.
You betcha.
And he wanted, and Larry Grube and his crew back there, they want to give credit. They're parked here behind us in the pit area, and Freddie came over and helped him out with their car to get it going last night since he couldn't run anymore, and they vice versa today. So a tip of the cap to Larry Grube and his entire family there, and the crew back there to get that car back together for tomorrow night. Truly remarkable, and I hope he has a bunch of T-shirts, and I hope he sells every one of them tonight. Isn't that right, Dave?
That's the T-shirt people need to buy. If they come to the racetrack and they're kind of new and they say, you know, I want to get somebody's T-shirt, a guy like Freddie, when you can support racers like that. I've had many racers through the years tell me that when people come up to them, random people, and say, you know, I want to buy you a tire, or I want to buy your pit pass to get you in here. I've had guys get emotional, big, tough, strong guys get emotional when they talk about that, what that means to them, to have somebody just help them in a small way, kind of keep digging and keep racing, and it's just a great thing.
And another thing, too, Dave, of course, that's his own chassis design, Kryptonite. He knows every inch of that car, every bolt that goes on it, so he knows.
Yeah.
And the halo was okay, the cage, everything was fine, just the right side suspension parts. And I'm sure he's got plenty of sheet metal back there and to put back on it, Dave.
Yep, and that's exactly right, James, because when we went over to try to get a word with him earlier this afternoon, man, he was up to his elbows in it right then on the ground working on that car, and I mean, very, very much hands-on in this deal. He might be stiff and sore, but he's working right through it, so he's my hero.
And they were working on that car right up until this rain came. James and I just walked out of the tower, and that car, chassis, no body on it, is sitting in the rain right now, so they're going to get back to it after the rain subsides here in Tampa. But, Dave, I love the conversations that we have just as we walk around the racetrack with these drivers. And we had a little conversation today with Jimmy Owens, who struggled on the first 2 nights here, but now looks like he's back on top of his game, winning that heat race. What's the turnaround?